I should have changed my stupid lock. I should have made you leave your key. If I had known for just 1 second you'd be back to bother me. Go on now, go. Walk out the door. Just turn around now, 'cause you're not welcome anymore. Weren't you the one who tried to hurt me when goodbye? Give you take, and that's not nearly all. Tainted love, tainted love. Don't touch me, please, I can't. Now I'm going to pack my things and go. Once I ran to you, now I run from you. This tainted love you've given, I give you all above. Tainted love. If you leave me now, you take away the biggest part of me. Oh, baby, please don't go. And if you oh, baby, please don't go. Girl, I just want you to stay.
Ta-da. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the 5th edition of the ASEAN Gaming Summit. For you that have just arrived, mabuhay, welcome to the Philippines, and thank you for coming. ASEAN has come a long way since its first edition in 2017, but the intention remains the same. AGB wants to provide a platform for the Asia gaming industry to connect and thrive. This year we've rounded up the event to mirror the region's appetite for growth. The first, our core, our international conference, and we have a stellar cast of speakers for a 3-day conference to discuss the most relevant issues that the industry is facing. The second prong is an expanded exhibition. We don't want to be a trade show, but we do need a venue that would allow the suppliers and the industry to showcase their products. And the third one is a first for the Philippines. This evening, we will host the first Asia Gaming Awards here in the Philippines, where we have dozens of nominees from all over the region. It's a packed 3 days of activities, and the event could not be possible without the support of our sponsors. The sponsors who believed in this project and believe in this market, the Philippines' growth. So thank you for your support. I would also like to take the opportunity to thank PACOR for their unwavering endorsement of this event as an important agenda for the year in the gaming industry. We are also extremely honored that Chairman Altenco has accepted our invitation to address the regional industry for the first time and to deliver the keynote of today. So I'd like to thank you again for being here. I wish you a very fruitful event in the Philippines to connect to old friends and new connections. So thank you for your support.
Thank you, Lewis. Everyone, my name is Patrick Kinghorn, and I'm honoured to have been asked by Lewis to introduce the keynote speaker. Having lived and worked in Manila in the Philippines for the last 18 months, I've seen firsthand the giant strides that PADCOR have made to emerge out of what was an uncertain world for everyone in every industry. And in the 8 months of his chairmanship, so far, nobody has done more to bring PADCOR into a bright future in a post-COVID world. So it's my honour to introduce onto the stage to get this ASEAN Gaming Summit underway, the chairman of PADCOR, Mr. Alejandro Tenco.
Thank you for the very kind words, Patrick. I just want to make this clear. Patrick was a friend of mine prior to my appointment in PAGCOR, so maybe that's the reason why he was saying good things about me. But truth and in fact, way before, Patrick the Philippines is his second home. So thank you so much for those beautiful words. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This early, I would like to extend my congratulations to the organizers of the 2023 ASEAN Gaming Summit, headed by no less than the Managing Director, Mr. Luis Pereira. Big hand for Luis. Coming from the setbacks and limitations posed by the COVID pandemic in 2020, it is indeed a wonderful and refreshing experience once again to be able to hold this type of conference and dialogues for industry movers and representatives to discuss the present circumstances of our respective industries, as well as to share our visions and figure out how, in one way or another, we can be help to each other. This is a much appreciated avenue for all of us to convene and collectively strategize and identify better policies, regulations, and even the opportunity to make business decisions. This is also an opportunity for some of us to forge connections, and for most of us to reinforce our partnerships that we have built over time. I assume my post as PAGCOR Chairman and Chief Executive Officer on the third week of August 2022. Back then, I committed to learn more about our regulatory functions and about the partnerships we have with our various stakeholders, which includes our licensees or gaming operators, certification bodies, suppliers and manufacturers, gaming consultants, as well as providers of related services such as payment gateways, compliance facilitators, cybersecurity experts, and many others. I am happy this morning to share with you that in the year 2022, PAGCOR has seen that we are really gaining enough ground for a better future. In the year 2022, PAGCOR realized a GGR of 214.3 billion pesos, roughly about $4 billion US. Compared to our pre-pandemic GGR, we have achieved 85% of the 256 billion pesos, or about $4.7 billion in gross gaming revenue that we have realized in 2019. Total income from gaming operations was 55 billion pesos. The contributors are as follows. For table games, 5 billion pesos. Electronic gaming machines, 18.2 billion pesos. Bingo operations, 1.2 billion pesos. Licensed casinos, 26.2 billion pesos. Offshore gaming operations, 3 billion pesos. And from the now banned e-sabong operations, we had it for 4 months then, roughly about 2.02 billion pesos. Our contributions to nation building amounted to about 35 billion pesos. 2022 was a year of recovery for the entire gaming industry. The figure shows a remarkable 68.7% increase in our income from gaming operations as compared to the 32 billion that we had in 2021. Compared to our pre-pandemic figures, 2019 being the record-breaking year for PAGCOR income-wise, our income for 2022 was 73% of our pre-pandemic figures in 2019. This is definitely a sign that we are back in business. We are getting there. Ladies and gentlemen, definitely we will get there. The results would show that these are results of our collective efforts. The PAGCOR's regulatory functions, the successful gaming operations of our licensees, the efforts of all our partners in the certification business, suppliers and manufacturers, and other related industries who we deal with. For that, I thank all of you, especially those who have been part of PAGCOR through the years. Corollary to this, there was also a noted improvement in PAGCOR's contribution to nation building. For 2022, we were able to support more socio-civic and nation-building programs of the current administration. The amount that I mentioned earlier of 35 billion was 51% higher compared to the contributions we had made in the previous year. This, however, does not discourage us from exerting more efforts to improve both our regulatory functions and business operations. We believe that this is only 2019 was a temporary setback, and I am very, very much in the belief that year 2023 onwards will be better not only for us, but also for the gaming industry as a whole. Learning from the strategies we have put in place, as well from the mistakes and challenges we have encountered during the last semester of 2022, we at PAGCOR were able to determine plans and programs for 2023, which we believe would be generally beneficial to our industry, putting foremost the interests of responsible gaming and nation building. At this point, allow me to share our plans and programs and our vision towards a new and innovative PAGCOR. For the licensing and regulatory group, we created appropriate regulatory frameworks for online poker operations, the first time that PAGCOR will be involved in online gaming operations. Second, we had also enhanced our slot machine operations. In fact, I wish to announce that in the second part of 2023, we will be upgrading all our slot machines in our Casino Filipino branches. We created as well as updated regulatory manuals such as the Junket Licensing Regulatory Manual and the Casino Regulatory Manual for licensed casinos. As I had mentioned, we have the modernization project